It's the rush, the hustle and bustle. I'll be up early and I'll get phone calls from local fishermen saying, mate, I've got 60 kilos of barcode I just caught. I've just caught 30 kilos of mahi-mahi, this and this. And it's just, yes, I'll take 20 kilos there. Yes, 60 of that, blah, blah, blah.
This is Fishtales, a seafood podcast. I'm John Susman.
Australia's seafood landscape, particularly in Melbourne, has been deeply influenced by the waves of Greek immigrants who made the continent their home during the 20th century. This intersection of Greek heritage and Australia's bountiful marine resources led to an enduring partnership that has transformed the nation's seafood scene. By the 1950s and 60s, as the influx of Greek immigrants grew, they started making their mark on Melbourne's seafood industry. Fishing boats bearing Greek names became a common sight along the city's docks, and the aromas of Mediterranean cooking started wafting through its streets. One of the most notable legacies of the Greek community in Melbourne's seafood world are the many retail fish shops. At the heart of Melbourne's food culture, the iconic fish and chip shop run by Greek Australian families was a standout. They introduced fresh seafood varieties, techniques and flavours that were previously an enthusiastic and passionate fishmonger like Paul Gloftis is a linchpin in the seafood supply chain. His fervor bridges the gap between catcher and cook, ensuring quality and sustainability at every stage. His expertise influences sourcing decisions, while his passion educates and entices customers. Such dedication uplifts the entire industry, fostering trust, promoting ethical practices and celebrating the culinary richness of the sea. Everyone benefits from the energy and commitment of a devoted fishmonger like Paul.
Hi, my name is Paul Gloftis. I own Miami Fish Market here on the sunny Gold Coast in Queensland. Mate, funny story. We actually, it's my parents being Greek and coming from a village in northern Greece. There's actually no seafood at all. It's very foreign to them. So, I mean, they come to Melbourne at an early age and put us on the same diet. So it was very meat heavy, things we can get from the farm. So yeah, seafood was a delicacy actually. So it wasn't actually until I think we went fishing at an early age when we used to go in Melbourne and we started catching fish and cooking ourselves. Apparently I just fell in love with it. I was obsessed from that moment to the point where, I was at about 8 years old and I used to have one of those flick cards and it had all the species of Australian fish and there was about 300 on there. And my parents used to cover the name and I could guess every single one. So they knew at an early age, they knew I was going to end up in something to do with seafood. So I was instantly in love with the ocean and everything that swims in it, I guess. It was at an early age before we moved to Queensland. So my family there for a long time first. But yeah, it was very, in the western suburbs, very poor. Like I said, seafood was very foreign to us. So it was basically get a chicken for the whole family, make soup to last for days, roast the bones, this and that. So whatever vegetables we could grow in the garden. But everyone helped each other in the community. Everyone was from overseas, from somewhere. So it was interesting, but really family orientated,
A passion for fishing and seafood is an invaluable foundation for a career in the seafood industry. This enthusiasm translates into a deep understanding of marine ecosystems, the intricacies of sourcing sustainably, and an appreciation for the flavours and textures of various marine delights. Moreover, a genuine love for fishing can inspire continuous learning, fostering skills from boat handling to discerning the quality of catches. As the seafood industry is much about respect for the ocean as it is about business, a genuine passion ensures that individuals not only thrive economically, but also advocate for sustainable practices, preserving the bounty for future generations.
I was a fishing fanatic at a young age, so I used to actually wag school and to go fishing. So all the other boys were wagging school and being naughty, but I was wagging school to go fishing. So I loved that much. I got into my fly fishing. I actually started making my own flies and lures, and they used to work so well that I used to make so many. I thought, what can I do here? So at a young age, I think when I was about 13, 14, I actually got a store at the local flea markets and I used to sell them there actually. So once again, I was obsessed with it. Even after school, I'd go across to, it was Amart All Sports at the time, and I just used to talk to the guys there and they actually employed me. That was my first job, to be the fishing specialist at the sports store. So that was a big thing for me, a big privilege, and I loved it so much. I was there for years, and so fishing was my life basically growing up, coming from a non-fishing background, you know what I mean, non-seafood background. From there, I guess I started to enjoy the catching, the filleting, the eating side of things. In my early 20s, I actually moved to Barcelona. So I went there to study, and I'd purposely go hours before. I'd stop at the Boqueria markets or whatever local markets, and I was just amazed by the seafood. I'd walk around, I'd see the different types of seafood. I'd see the razor clam still moving, still live, the lobsters on ice. I just watched the old women there butchering, filleting fish. I could sit there for hours just watching it. So I'd fall in love with that. I'd sample all the bits and pieces, and that's where my love for eating seafood and appreciation of just what was actually out there became, I suppose. Yeah, I would be at a restaurant, then I'd realise I'd see a fisherman pull up with the esky just full of live fish, just straight from the boat, straight into the restaurant. Next minute, they're cutting that. They're making ceviche out of that fish that's just been caught, straight on my plate. And it just gave me appreciation for, the work that obviously the suppliers go through, the restaurants go through to get it, and to get it on your plate so fresh. And I just got a real passion for seafood and everything seafood in Spain, I guess. Yeah.
Working across the seafood industry, from processing to restaurants, provides an unparalleled depth of experience for a seafood specialist. Engaging with every step of the seafood journey ensures a comprehensive understanding of quality assurance, handling techniques, sustainability concerns, and culinary nuances. This holistic exposure not only enhances one's experience and expertise, but also fosters a genuine appreciation for the craft. Such a grounding ensures that a seafood specialist is well equipped to champion best practice and innovations in the field.
Yeah, I came back from Spain. I mean, I was helping my brother out in his restaurants. He's got 3 or 4 restaurants, a Greek one called Hellenica there. So I started off there just doing bits and pieces. But after that, I wanted more. So I went to work for my friends down in Victoria. Moved back to Melbourne, worked at Ocean Made Seafood there in the factory. So, started off from the bottom doing emptying the bin scraps, this and that, gill gut and scaling fish up to filling fish. And it was just, I still didn't know what direction I wanted to go in the seafood industry, but I just knew, when fish guts hit my face and I actually loved it, I knew that was me, so that was the direction I was going. My brother Simon, he started a big Greek restaurant called Hellenica, and it was all it was seafood heavy. So it was, he'd fly to different parts of Australia sourcing out suppliers, things like that. So from there, I mean, he got the connection with Ocean Made Seafood originally. So he was flying up, like at the time it wasn't heard of, but he was flying up things like King George whiting, rock flathead, just different species that Queensland hadn't seen before, and really put it on the map, because up here at the time, people were thinking a whiting's a whiting, but King George whiting it's a different fish, as you know. So just sort of from there, he opened up the Fish House, which was a seafood restaurant, where he'd put on other things like, the toothfish and just different things that people sort of haven't seen before up here. And I guess I saw what my brother was doing, and sort of gave me more drive too, to do something, to bring something different to the table up here, I guess.
Transforming a passion for seafood into a business marries love with entrepreneurship. Harnessing deep-rooted enthusiasm ensures quality and authenticity, while a keen business acumen propels growth. This fusion creates ventures that are not only thriving financially, but also resonate with fellow seafood aficionados, establishing a loyal customer base.
The moment, I guess, was when I was so in love with eating seafood, everything seafood, that I couldn't actually find anywhere to get what I wanted. I was hunting down sea urchin. I'm hunting down just different things that I couldn't just get at the local fishmonger. So it was a real struggle for me, and I'd have to try and get my brother to bring suppliers to get things in from all over the country, and it was a bit of a mission. So, I mean, I guess there was a bit of a market for it, and you've got fishmongers around, but I just wanted to introduce something different, where we're a younger generation, just something not where you just go in and there's a grumpy old man slapping your fish along the table, So something with a bit more of an experience. And I guess myself visiting other fish markets, wanted to buy the real thing. I'd go to so many places, and some places were really good, but some places I'd be disappointed. Like I'd want a lobster roll or something, say, and I didn't want any frozen imported stuff. I'd rather pay the money and get something. I want the real thing. I want the proper fresh lobster in a roll as it is. So it was really hard to get that sort of thing. So I just wanted to bring something different, where I guess produce was all real, top end quality, and no cutting corners, I suppose. And I found a gap in the market, and nobody else was doing that sort of thing. So I came up with the idea that I was going to do it. Yeah, it was a long process before I opened. There was council permits. There was finding the right locations. I think I drove around for 2 years looking at the right places. Then with this lease, you'd find a shop and then they'd fall through, and then they'd say yes, and then the lease wasn't good. So it was a bit of a mission. And then I actually sort of fell back on the idea, and I thought, okay, I'm just going to do something smaller in the meantime. I'm just going to open up an oyster and champagne bar. So I was actually on a hunt for doing something like that because I'm an oyster fanatic. And then COVID hit and all the restaurants closed. I was like, oh shit, okay. So I went back to my original idea about a bit more premium fish market. Happened to find a really good location. The guy wasn't actually leaving or anything, but I hit him up, said, mate, if you ever want to go, I'm happy to take over your lease. And I got a call about a week later saying, mate, I'm actually behind on rent. I'd love to get out if you can help me out. So I took the shop, and I couldn't be happy, I suppose. The opening day was massive, and in the beginning, people were freaked out because you got the crowd of people that were like, thank God we've got something like this. And there was the crowd of people that didn't quite get it because it was a bit different to the Gold Coast, and they weren't, I guess, they're a bit doubtful of what I was doing. But like I said, I've just been consistent and haven't cut corners and just done everything the right way and just haven't stopped. And now 2 years on, I've got a really, really good local following, and couldn't be happier.
Developing a premium fish market presents challenges like securing consistent high-quality suppliers, navigating stringent regulations, and differentiating oneself in a saturated market. Venturing into innovative terrains also risks public scepticism, requiring meticulous planning and effective communication to convey the unique value and ensure customers keep buying.
You still got your bread and butter things. You've got your salmon, your prawns, your barramundi, but you walk past the deli shelf, and I've got my, the influence of Spain. So I've got your canned razor clams. I've got red mullet, the barbunya from Spain, canned. I've got different things. I've got canned sea urchin on there. I've got baby eels from Spain. So all the anchovies, from Galicia, clams, things like that. So I've got a big Spanish influence. But as it's hard to get that sort of stuff in fresh from Spain. So I've got all the conservers, all that sort of thing on the shelf. We've got next there. We muck around a bit with the dry age. We don't do a lot of dry age stuff, but we do have a big Japanese clientele. So they might get us dry age fish for a week or 2 weeks, things like that, and take home. But I do have a big appreciation for Japanese food and Japan. So I've got a big sashimi bar there, and I've got some really great chefs, so really good team, and we basically offer top end restaurant omakase food you'll get in Sydney or wherever in a casual setting, I suppose. Like, you don't have to make any bookings. You can rock up. You're getting fish that's, like I said, you'll get down there around your top end sushi bars, but you can just order at the counter, sit down in thongs and singlet and enjoy a restaurant quality meal in a casual setting, I suppose. We did live abalone, live crays, live mud crabs. Big on mud crabs being Queensland, so we push a lot of those.
Introducing customers to diverse seafood requires a blend of education and culinary appeal. Overcoming preconceived notions and unfamiliarity is key. Engaging marketing, tantalising recipes and knowledgeable staff can demystify lesser-known seafood, encouraging adventurous consumption and expanding palates.
You're always going to get some that, they might think it's expensive, this and that, but like I said, I've been consistent now and I won't cut any corners. I'll just do it the right way. So people are really appreciating that now, and they're happy to pay for quality, I guess. They come grab the live crays. They trust us that we make it into sashimi platters for them. So, people that haven't tried this stuff before, they're coming eating lobsters out of our tank and eating sashimi and things like that, things that have never tried before, So it's just good to bring something different to the table for the Gold Coast, Queensland customer. We're really trying to just steer the customer away from the usual stuff they're used to, So we're really trying to make them just try something different. Like, we've got the scorpion fish, even things like ling. We've got Alfonsino, Imperadors. Just, the King George whiting is a big one that we really try and push. Rock flathead. And I mean, King George whiting in the beginning when I opened, I could hardly sell a fillet. Now, we're going through kilos and kilos of stuff a day. So it's really good to see, actually.
Investing in education for staff and customers is vital to highlight seafood's vast diversity. Knowledge empowers staff to confidently guide customers, while educating patrons sparks curiosity. Encouraging exploration of new species not only broadens palates, but also enhances dining experiences, making seafood journeys both adventurous and fun.
I make sure my staff try everything that we sell. So there might be days where I'm literally just grabbing King George whiting, whatever out of it. I'm cooking it. I'm making them try it. They explain it to me. So just so they know how to explain to the customer, they can get a bit of a grip of it and they know what they're sort of selling, I suppose, and passing on and just educating the customer, I guess. I run the social media, my own social media, and I do educate a lot over the social media and push it that way. So, as soon as I put something on my Instagram, we do get a lot of people come in saying, I would love to try that, or I heard it's this and that, So that's one way, but another way is customer by customer as well. So it is a lengthy process, I guess, but like I said, we stick to it and stay consistent. So
the Gold Coast retail environment, with its blend of beach culture and unique Queensland style, is evolving rapidly. Increased tourism, technological integration and shifting consumer preferences driving innovation. Retailers are adapting, offering immersive experiences and diverse products to cater to both local tastes and international clientele, redefining shopping on the Gold Coast.
Look, it's really good. I mean, it's not as advanced as Sydney and Melbourne at the moment, but there's so many new places opening up. We've got just a new seafood restaurant grill just opened up. We've got 2 more. I'm supplying them, quality seafood, and they're really starting to push the boundaries and understand quality, and not stuffing up dishes full of foams and this when they've got a beautiful piece of fish. Just keeping it simple, grilled to perfection, things like that. So the food scene's definitely come a long way, and I guess over the next 5-10 years it'll boom. Yeah, you used to be able to go out for dinner and you might see one salmon on the menu or a gold band snapper or something, but everyone's even the oysters, we're all pre-shucked, but now people are starting to sort of appreciate. So they're shucking live oysters, they're getting in live marins, they're putting scampi, things, just different things on the menu, playing around, and it's really good to see, actually. So it's an exciting time for the Gold Coast.
For a fishmonger, offering premium restaurant quality seafood is a source of immense pride and satisfaction. It's a testament to their expertise, allowing them to showcase the pinnacle of the sea's bounty. This is not only fostering trust with discerning customers, but also fuels their passion, elevating the entire seafood shopping experience.
Mate, at the moment, for my shop, I love dealing, direct with fishermen, things like that. But at the moment, I've got some beautiful queen scallops from Point Sir Isaac down in near Coffin Bay there, and they're just beautiful purple, beautiful colours. So we're wholesaling that to a few top-end restaurants here, but also we offer that to the public. So it's rare for a fish market to offer these sort of things. We shuck them to order for them if they like. Beautiful product. We've even just got a couple of massive Thai king salmon from New Zealand. So they only harvest 10 of those. Well, they harvest 80, worldwide, but they only sent 10 to Australia, and we got 2 of them a couple of days ago. So we just love it. Just amazing seeing this amazing rare produce as well that we can offer to the customer. So, yeah.
For a seafood lover, working in seafood retail is a thrilling immersion. Being surrounded by the ocean's bounty daily, they engage with fellow enthusiasts, share knowledge and discover new culinary gems. This union of passion and profession turns every workday into an adventure. deepening the bond with the marine world.
Mate, honestly, it's the rush, the hustle and bustle. You know, I'll be up early and I'll get phone calls from local fishermen saying, mate, I've got 60 kilos of barcode I just caught. I've just caught 30 kilos of mahi-mahi, this and this. And it's just, yes, I'll take 20 kilos of that. Yes, 60 of that, blah, blah, blah. It's such a hustle and bustle. And, you know, and getting to the shop and seeing this produce arrive and the fish still look alive. It's, you know, that's been line caught, brain spiked. It's just, to put that on my display and show customers, I just feel so appreciative of it. And it's just a rush. I love it, you know. So, I mean, I feel like I'm just brand new. I feel like I'm just getting started at my own fish market, to be honest. So, I've got some big plans to, you know, go some different avenues. I'm looking at getting some different unique products from overseas in the shop, things like that. Even expanding into more the cooked sort of side of things, where, you know, if someone wants their lobster cooked in whatever sauce they want, we can offer that. Just from what I've seen personally from day to day, I feel like there's going to be, like I said, a lot more new products coming to the market. It's just going to go up and up, which is going to help out the restaurant scene as well. So lots of new products, lots of exciting things, and yeah, good things to look forward to, I suppose.
An enthusiastic and passionate fishmonger like Paul Gloftis is a linchpin in the seafood supply chain. His fervor bridges the gap between catcher and cook, ensuring quality and sustainability at every stage. His expertise influences sourcing decisions, while his passion educates and entices customers. Such dedication uplifts the entire industry, fostering trust, promoting ethical practices and celebrating the culinary richness of the sea. Everyone benefits from the energy and commitment of a devoted fishmonger like Paul.
This is Fishtales, a seafood podcast. A Deep in the Weeds production. I'm John Susman. Follow us on Instagram at Fishtales Seafood Podcast, or email us at fishtalespodcast@deepintheweeds.com.au. Stay tuned for more tales from beneath the surface of the seafood world every Friday on your podcast app.